I'm Dave O, head of R&D here at AGA Productions. Let's talk about belief. If you've been following us for the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about success, how to achieve success, whether that's within your workplace or within your life in general. There's a specific way in which you can go about achieving success, whatever that may be for you. Now, there's a complex side of that, which we're not even really gonna touch in any of these little videos because it's hard, and that's in the defining of success. However, when it comes to achieving success, there's a pretty standard pattern that most of the literature out there would tell us to follow in order to achieve that. And that pattern is VBACC, as we define it: vision, belief, action, commitment, consistency. Last week we talked about vision, and vision is very important. It's the integral first step when it comes to achieving success, when it comes to following your path to success. You have to have a vision. You have to know where you're going. You have to be able to imagine and visualize the thing that you want, the thing that you're trying to achieve, and ultimately know the direction in which you're going and how you're going to get there. But it's not just enough to have a vision. The next step is to believe that that vision, that thing that you see so clearly in your mind's eye, that thing that you live and breathe and sleep and eat and drink, that thing that drives you forward, you have to believe that that vision is possible. That sounds like it's a pretty rudimentary thing. Oh yeah, I believe it's possible. Oh yeah, absolutely, I should be able to do that. But when we really sit down and think about the things that we're trying to pursue, when we really sit down and think about those dreams that are big, the impossible dreams, the ones that say that we want to build something enormous, something fantastic, something that adds value to not just ourselves, but to the entire world. Some of those things are enormous dreams. And to convince ourselves that that kind of reach, that kind of impact is possible, well, sometimes that takes a little bit of doing. Do you believe that the vision that you see is possible? Is it something that you, or those of you that are working within your business, can see working toward with adamant ferocity to say, I'm going to achieve this thing. This is the direction we're going. And if we work at it, if we hustle and grind and get there, it's possible. It's astounding to think how many times we convince ourselves that something is possible, but we don't actually believe that. We convince ourselves that there's a direction that we want to go, that the world would be better if. The world would be better if we had this thing. The world would be a better place if this service or this product were readily available. But how often do we actually believe that that's possible? How often do we actually say, yeah, not only is this a thing that would be amazing, but there are practical steps we can take in order to ensure that that vision comes to pass. So how is this practical to our lives? It's very interesting that we talk about these things because right now, within our family of businesses, we're putting these ideas into practice. These are the things that we're trying to work on and see improvement in. And this is the framework in which we think in order to develop our businesses. We have a very specific vision for AGA Productions. We have a very specific direction that we're going. And we have step-by-step plans in order to push us to the next thing and to the next thing, and so we can achieve that, so we can get there. But before we even came to any of those steps, before we even started moving forward, it actually took us several years to convince ourselves that this dream, this lofty idea that we had about this company and about this business was not just a great idea, but that it was possible. So those are our questions now. What's your vision? Where do you want to go? What is the thing that you think of day in and day out, waking and sleeping, that you eat, live, and breathe, that you would love to see come to pass, and you can see it so clearly in your imagination, see it so clearly in your mind's eye, and know that the invention or the bringing to market of your idea would add so much to this world and to your community and to your livelihood and your life in general. What's that thing? And then, do you believe that that's possible? And if not, what are the steps that need to be taken in order for you to convince yourself that the direction you're going is doable? We'd love to hear that, and we'd love to talk to you. I'd love to get your ideas about what your visions are and how we go about actually convincing ourselves that those visions are possible. Please leave your comments in the comments below or find us on Instagram and Facebook. Like, subscribe, and share. And again, I'm Dave O, head of R&D here at AGA Productions. We'll see you next week.